Hey, everybody, what's up? Let's start by catching this piggy pig. Um, yeah, been a while since my last episode. As a matter of fact, been a while since I've done anything YouTube related. It's just, for those of you who don't know, I started a new job last week, and certain things kind of took me by surprise. Namely, 3 back-to-back days of, rather nights, of long nights, as they're called. Really long night shifts that start at 1 hour and end at a different hour, with very little time in between for rest. So I just kind of had to power through these last couple of days. Fortunately, tonight's night shift starts at a much more reasonable hour for me, so I have a little bit more time to take a breather. And how do I take a breather? By recording an episode, obviously. So yeah, really all I have in mind for today's episode is mainly just finishing a lot of the missions that I started a couple of episodes ago, and I'm going to finish all of them today. So yeah, first of all, not this, the weekly reward, as I like to call it. I believe it's the second one for the month of March. Still can't. Oh yeah, it's Alolan Vulpix, right? Is it? Yep. There it is. Alolan Vulpix. Nice. I'm actually a little bit surprised myself that I remember that. Usually I tend to forget these things. Anyways, I should probably get back on the sidewalk. But the thing about these, as I call them, weekly rewards thing, until you claim the actual reward itself, you can't claim a single other mission that you've completed. So I had to wait to do that on camera. But, well, obviously I finished it yesterday and waited to do it on camera today, so A, I can do it on camera, just like this is a shiny, obviously, but also so that I can do the second stamp, today's stamp, that is. And well, that was the first of many missions I'll be doing in this episode. This thing is still going on, apparently. By the way, just in case you were wondering, I've maxed out. Ooh, 32. Wonder how much more this is gonna go. I've already maxed out all the wins I needed to do in the Great League. By the way, hold on, I'll show you. To advance to level 44. Yeah, so now all I need is just 6 more wins in the Ultra League, and then as soon as I just hit the experience milestone, zip, I'm off to level 44. No reason to drag this on anymore like I did with the move from level 42 to level 43. So at least that's a positive thing, I guess. But yeah, 32 wins now. If only I just hit level 43 a little bit earlier. But speaking of level 43, well, I guess we can talk about that a little bit later, because that's another one of the missions I need to complete. Actually, the only other one. So let's continue with the Johto mission stuff. See what's next in store for us. Maybe hopefully finish it finally. Yeah, the main issues you run into when you're only doing this stuff on camera. Mysterious random Pokemon. Let's see what you are. Ooh, shiny red Gyarados. Here's the question though. I suppose I should look that up later, but was there a normal shiny odds for this Gyarados? Or was it actually shiny because it's part of the mission, because it's mandatory? Because the mission specifically is talking about the shiny red Gyarados of Lake of Rage, or a similar Gyarados, because I believe that's part of the Johto mission. Suppose I'll have to look that up later, but let's see what the prof has to say about this. Great work! That Gyarados is much calmer now that you rescued it from Team Go Rocket. Looks like Team Go Rocket's retreating as well. So how about we continue with our festivities? Festivities that are over several weeks ago. They've stolen enough of our time. I think your Crocodile would like to play with you. You mean the one I already transferred a while ago? Even in the direst of situations, when you're pulled from all sides, it's essential to take time to decompress and enjoy a peaceful moment with your friends. Times like that give us the strength to persevere. Speaking of strength, your Crocodile looks ready to evolve. Again, I already transferred it. Evolve your Crocodile. Well, I hope they just mean evolve a Crocodile, not just the Crocodile that I got from the mission earlier. Earn a candy walking with your buddy. And power Pokemon 5 times. Whoopsie-doo. So I already earned a candy today, earlier. And since I've got a Latios as my buddy Pokemon, it's gonna take a while for me to complete this mission, but let's see what we can do regardless. And well, no Croconaws here. So I guess this is an alternative. And I don't even have a Totodile. That's a problem. It's a pretty big problem. Yeah, I only have 2 for alligators. Well, I guess the next time I suppose I can find a Totodile. Maybe in the wild. Maybe I can get lucky and find one of those waters type specialist Team Go Rocket grunts that still give off a Totodile. If they're still doing it, then I can just evolve it into a Crocodile, and then evolve that Crocodile into a Feraligatr. I still have enough candy to do that. Maybe I should have kept that stupid Crocodile to complete the mission. Still, you know, this means I don't have to actually ooh, I thought it was a Snivy. It's a Servine. Cool. But yeah, this means I don't have to actually do the whole mission of either walking 20 more kilometers just to get one more candy with my buddy, or alternatively just switching my buddy Pokemon just to get that candy from a shorter distance walking candy earning thing. But yeah, at least now I can do the rest of this mission at my own convenience off camera. I'm still planning to do the power up a Pokemon 5 times. I can do that right now on camera. Nothing's stopping me there. And well, catching the Totodile. Ironically, what should be the easiest part of the mission is now the hardest. So, yeah, I'll just need to find a Totodile to evolve it into a Croconaut, then evolve that Croconaut into a Feraligatr, and then move on with the mission. Hopefully it won't take me that long. I still think Totodiles are relatively still common in the wild. Maybe I should just keep walking. Maybe I'll find a Totodile before I can end this episode, but yeah, it's a bummer. Next time, gotta remember to do better. Gotta remember to keep the mission Pokemon that I'm given, because it might be important sometime later. Anyways, suppose while I'm at it, might as well get done with the next part of the missions. This time it's the level 43 mission. Hold on. There we go. Not use 3 berries to help catch Pokemon. It specifically use 43 golden raspberries to help catch Pokemon, which I'm going to do right now. Clearly, I've got way too many of these, more than I'm using, as a matter of fact. Mainly, I just use the golden raspberries to get me as treats to feed to my buddy Pokemon, to get it to join me on the adventure sooner, because it's much easier to give it one. Hold on, I can't see anything. It's much easier to give it one golden raspberry than it is to give it 3 berries, one after the other. And again, it's not like I'm short on golden raspberries right now, right? I've got like way over 400 of these, and for the most part they just take up too much space in my inventory, and clearly I'm not trashing them, I'm not throwing them away. Because they just happen to be very useful. Not a lot of Pokemon in this area. Suppose. Hold on. Let's get back to the other side. Here. I think I know where to go, where I can find lots and lots of Pokemon. Where I can feed them golden raspberries. Not sure if I'll be able to find 40 of them, or 40-ish, because yeah, 9 means I'm going to need to find 34 more. Again, no guarantee I'll be able to find 34, but it's worth a shot anyway. Oh, and I still need to win one more raid. How could I have overlooked that? Well, I suppose this nearby Snubble raid is as good of a place as any to start. mean, it's a 1-star raid. They're fairly weak Pokemon. Can easily take it out in 1 second. Not with this Rhyperior though. There we go. Sorry about that. The main problem with this is it's gonna take me much longer waiting for the raid to start than the raid itself. I mean, the raid itself is only just gonna be a couple of seconds, really. It's just this annoying having to wait-ness that really bothers me. I still wish there was some sort of skip button where you can just enter a raid as soon as you're confident in your team and all the people with you who are going to be in the raid, instead of having to wait all the 2 minutes. But hey, Pokemon Go, or sorry, I should say Niantic, is constantly upgrading and updating this game, introducing new just quality of life improvements for this game. Like, people sometimes tend to forget, it wasn't that long ago where if you wanted a power Pokemon, you had to and use up all your candy at once. You had to do it one at a time, as opposed to just powering it up all in one go. So yeah, maybe one day they'll add an option to skip raids. Maybe one day they'll add the option that I keep mentioning they should have done months ago, maybe even years ago, of just having a small indicator that shows you how many people are in a raid when you're just looking at them from the outside. That sounds like something that they should have done years ago. Maybe even when they started doing raids. But I mean, it takes a while for Niantic to catch on, but eventually they do. That's the important part. And I even got 3 rare candies out of it, which is great. Might even be able to do something that I've been thinking of doing. And it's not shiny. Not that I wanted it to be. I already have way too many of these as shinies. More than I would have liked. And I don't think there has been a Snubbull community day ever. I've got so many shiny Snubbulls from all kinds of other events. In any case, oh yeah, that's another thing I need to do. Fully evolve all of my Alolan Pokemon. Sadly, I don't have enough candy as of yet to fully evolve a Rockruff. But I will say this, I did another raid for Rockruff. Now I've got 2 of them. And it's very important to have 2 because, as I mentioned last episode, I talked about Rockruff. It has 2, its evolved form has 2 forms. Technically 3, but for right now, the 3rd form hasn't been added into the game just yet. So I've got 2 really good IV Rockruffs, both 3 stars. And I'm going to evolve one of them into the midday form, and the other one into the midnight form. I suppose I'll have to find eventually a 3rd one to evolve it into the dusk form whenever that gets introduced into the game. But I also caught a really good Rowlet, 3 stars, which is much better than the I guess star-and-a-half Rowlet that I've already evolved into a Dartrix last episode. So the unfortunate part is that now that I've pretty much wasted those 25 candies just evolving a quote-unquote bad Rowlet into a Dartrix, where I could have just saved them and had a good Decidueye right off the bat with the one I just caught today, but live and learn, I suppose. I would have thought this part of the mission would take so long. Probably should have done at least most of it off camera in preparing for today's episode. Didn't think it would be this hot today. It was actually raining last night when I was at work. It was raining. It wasn't pouring or anything, but there was still rain. So the fact that it's this hot today and I'm still wearing hot clothes should say something. I'm not expecting a rem ray to show up. What the hell? See, a major problem with this mission also is that golden raspberries typically make Pokemon really easy to catch. So this isn't like another one of those other missions where you just throw a berry, just give a berry to a Pokemon, then throw a Pokeball at it, it breaks out of the Pokeball, and then you get a chance to throw another berry at it. No, this time you're more than likely to catch that Pokemon with one Pokeball. So yeah, you can't do repeat berries. But still, you know, like I said, I should have done that ahead of time, and I just didn't, because I'm a dum-dum. What can I say? Wasn't thinking that far ahead. But I mean, at least it gives us some more content for this episode, or at the very least some more screen time for this episode, I suppose. Stop moving! Stop moving! Well, I guess it's just occupying the screen until I get to that place I wanted to get to, where typically there are a lot of Pokemon. I even managed to catch 10 Pokemon while I was talking about it. While I was complaining about not doing this part of the mission off camera like I should. So now, if this fletchling is captured, which it is, now I need 24 more Pokemon. And you know what? Maybe to speed things along a little bit, I'm seriously considering just throwing golden raspberries at Pokemon and running away from them, because it still technically counts as giving them berries. And believe me, I've tried it. It works. Like, there have been times when I first started playing this game when I was really low on Pokeballs, and I needed to do certain missions to get more Pokeballs, several of which involved using berries to help catch Pokemon. So what I did was I just took missions that specifically gave me more Pokeballs for completing them, which also involved giving berries to Pokemon. I just gave a Pokemon a berry and walked away from it. And it still counts as giving berries to a Pokemon. And I'll tell you something else. You can't really quite do it immediately afterwards. You have to kind of wait for the effect of the berry to fade. But once they do, you can just give the same Pokemon another berry without even having to throw a Pokeball at it. And it still counts as giving the Pokemon another berry. That's a little bit of a fun loophole that I've discovered playing this game. Maybe it'll work today also. Who knows? But anyways, I suppose this is also a nice way to get rid of some of these golden raspberries that have been taking up space in my inventory. Again, when you compare the 30-something golden raspberries that I'm throwing right now, as opposed to the around 400 that I already have, not that big of a difference, but still better than nothing. At least it's emptying up some much needed inventory space that could go to a lot of other stuff, like rare candies. Speaking of which, I'll probably check how many rare candies do I have now, because I have a very specific Pokemon I wish to give some candies to. I'm going to be able to max it out, but I will at the very least be able to max out its CP potential from regular candies, not fully max it out, but just the maximum CP it can gain from regular candy. And that Pokemon, my friends, is none other than Mewtwo. And I already checked, I only need 150 more candy to get that very specific Mewtwo to the point where it can no longer be powered up through regular candies. It can only be powered up through through Excel candies. So maybe that's gonna be the Pokemon I'm going to need to. Ooh, this Rowlet just gave me a golden opportunity. Throwing 2 golden raspberries at the same Pokemon. Maybe it'll break out of the Pokeball again. It did. Hopefully it won't run away. It didn't. Okay, good. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I don't. This is one time you don't want to make an excellent throw or a great throw or even a nice throw. Well, I caught it eventually. Still counted as 3 berries, so I can't really complain. And if I didn't already love this Pokemon enough already, I actually like it even more now. Okay, 3 more Excel candies. 12. That's all I need. 12 more. Let's get this Pokemon first, because I'm pretty sure I already took out. Okay, Sudowoodo. Traditionally, hold on, Pokemon that's very difficult to catch. So maybe this will work for our advantage today. Golden Raspberry again. Nope! I was aiming for a not nice throw, a regular throw. Well, it broke out of the... Oh, I caught it. I was hoping I would get at least 2 more golden raspberries out of this Sudowoodo, but whatever. It's done. Murkrow, okay. Another Johto Pokemon. Still has around the same CP range that the Rowlet had. Maybe it can actually break out of a Pokeball this time. And again, it's a reward Pokemon, so they're typically easier to catch. Okay, I just need 10 more Pokemon. I'm really starting to regret the fact that I didn't immediately that I didn't do what I thought I was going to, what I said I was going to do, which was just throw golden raspberries at Pokemon and hope to catch and just run away. So yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Let's check on how many rare candies. Okay, so I said I'm going to need 150 candy to power up the Mewtwo. I have 8 candy already, plus 131. I don't have enough. Regretfully. Okay, no biggie. I'll be able to reach 138 candy. Oh well. At the risk of this episode being too long, I'm going to pause it right here and now look for at least 10 more Pokemon and catch them with a golden raspberry. See you in a minute. Well, I did it. Hopefully, this is the last mission in the level 43 challenge thing, whatever. Hopefully the professor won't ask me to do something else 43 times after completing this mission. Let's see. It's just getting hotter and hotter in this thing. How did it go? I'm sure you had a great time working with your closest Pokemon companion. It's always fascinating to see how trainers and Pokemon work together. And I can tell that you take a lot of pride in training your team. Well done. Say, why don't you evolve some of the Pokemon you've caught so they can reach their full potential? You might even discover some new options for battles. Enough of that, though. Back to our research. This next batch will test your Pokemon catching skills again. But with a twist, or perhaps I should say a curve. Haha. Oh no. That's right, you'll need to test your skills with curveball throws. Make sure to stretch your throwing arm. Evolve 43 Pokemon, make 43 great curveball throws, and transfer 430 Pokemon. Okay, well at least it's easier. At least it's something I can easily do overnight. Maybe by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I will have already completed this. So, yeah. Transfer 430 Pokemon. Easily done. The curveball thing is going to take a while. Especially since I don't think if you make a curveball throw and the Pokemon bounces it off of you, but then your body Pokemon bounces it back at the Pokemon, I don't think it counts. I think it's just if you land a hit, right? Look at the game's starting to glitch out. Anywho, think I've done enough for one day. I don't think I need to evolve any of my Alolan Pokemon. Yeah, that'll just overblow this episode way too much. Oh, great curveball throws. That makes it even worse. At least I don't have to do them all in a row. That's one thing, but yeah. That's gonna take some time. Still, it's all just a matter of skill, precision, and finding the right Pokemon to do it on. Anyways, and else, yeah, I don't have enough candy to power up the Mewtwo, but I suppose I should at least power up a Pokemon 5 times just to get that out of the way. Let's see, some of the Pokemon I don't intend to use in the Great League. It's a nice place to start. How about this Rose Raid? Yeah, should be quite fine. It's gonna end up being a pretty good Pokemon, all things considered. Let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Didn't spend too much Stardust. I can still have enough left for the Mewtwo whenever I have enough candy to fully power it up to the maximum usage of regular candies. And now I'm at this Graveler, Alolan Graveler, the 4 times weak to ground Graveler. I'm going to do a raid right now with that. Hopefully I can gain some rare candies and maybe power up with Mewtwo next episode. But for now, I think I've done enough. I gotta go to sleep to prepare for my next night shift. And, well, I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hi there. Thank you for watching the video. And if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends. I'll see you next time.